Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new, thank you for joining. I'm Delaney, and today's video is going to be winter trends of 2020 and 2021. So I do a quarterly trends video for each season. Obviously, we are about to head into winter, so it's time for that. And I will preface this video by saying I love doing these videos. I love rounding up the styles and the trends and discussing them and ways that I would picture myself wearing them and kind of my take on the trend. But especially in winter, I will say this video is about fashion concepts, so I'm not necessarily explaining how to dress for your particular climate or something, because I can already imagine the comments coming in like, oh my god girl, it's 2 degrees here, I could never wear that, etc. So with that being said, these are just the concepts. Interpret them how you wish and what works for you and your climate. If you need to add layers, take away layers, wear something full length that I'm wearing cropped, whatever it is, do your thing. These are just fashion concepts. So with that being said, this again is just my interpretation of them, kind of what I think I would wear them as, how I would style them. There's no right or wrong in my eyes. Everything will be linked in the description box for you guys. You can shop it all there. Definitely be sure to subscribe so you can catch all of my upcoming content and all the fashion content to come in 2021, and these trends will carry us through until about March, and then I'll be doing a spring 2021 fashion trends. Oh, and I will also add some resources that I used for this video in the description box. I like to look at Vogue, Marie Claire, I like to look at the runways for inspiration, social media, general real lifestyle that I see, and kind of just things going around. So it's a compilation of all those things, but there's tons of information and research out there that you can do for every season for all the trends. Without further ado, let's just get into trends. The first trend that we're going to talk about is strong shoulders. So I researched this on Vogue. I actually had a really hard time finding exactly what I wanted for this, because when I say strong shoulders, I mean like really strong 80s structured triangular, just generally angular shoulders, which was really hard to find in consumer fashion. I feel like that's a bit more high fashion and I couldn't really get my hands on much. So I was able to get my hands on this little piece from Maria Vittoria Palillo? I'm not sure how to pronounce that. I'm sorry for butchering it. So this is kind of like a little structured bodysuit. It has like a pretty strong shoulder, but it's not quite as angular or as pointy as I had wanted. But this is more wearable for sure. So it's probably a better example for showing you guys anyhow. And it's just kind of like a chic, nice blousey top. So I actually love this trend. I love a strong shoulder because I find it really masculine, which fits into my personal style. I like really masculine, kind of boyish things. So I think that's really fun. I also think the 80s are so freaking cool. So definitely reminds me of that. And I think it's kind of just like chic and edgy, and I really like the trend. So if you're able to find anything super structured and you're feeling bold enough to wear that, I think that's really fun going into these winter months. But if you want to wear something like more wearable that just has a small shoulder pad, I think that's really cute as well. I just kept it kind of simple and chic with a black skirt and then some over the knee boots, kind of just making the statement about the shoulders. I think that this is really good for blazers if you can find something that's pointy and really structured in the shoulders and kind of just keep it chill, maybe some faux leather leggings or something on the bottom. I think that's a good take on that trend. All right, the next trend I also found in Vogue. I think this was in Italian Vogue or maybe French Vogue, but it is the kind of Moto mechanic vibe. So this is gonna be, again, a really masculine trend, which I love, and kind of just like industrial almost in its interpretation. I feel like that's not the right word to use though. Just kind of like industrial feeling in general. Okay, so I have this jumpsuit from Lovers and Friends from Revolve, and it's kind of like a almost like cropped like faux leather material, which is perfect faux leather for kind of like the Moto vibe. And the jumpsuit style is kind of mechanic-y, which fits into the whole take on this trend. This one comes with a little belt that has a bow on it, which I feel like adds a little feminine touch to something that's way more masculine. So I actually really like that balance. And I love the whole mechanic, industrial jumpsuit style. It comes and goes definitely throughout the season. And I think it's really fun with like the little Moto spin on on it. So doing something that's leather or faux leather for that, I feel like just adds another layer of kind of style to it. And for that one, since it was pretty masculine and kind of like edgy and everything, I actually paired it with heels, which again, like I'm saying, I'm not suggesting anyone go out and wear heels in the freezing cold or the snow, but just in general, the interpretation of the fashion style, that would be great for like an event or whatever allowed you to wear that, or if you need a pair of different shoes, whatever. That was just my take on it. And there's also some examples of the kind of like Moto industrial style on the runways. I have down here, I have written down that it's on the Fendi, Dior, and Louis Vuitton, so I'll put some examples here for you guys to see the designer's interpretation of this trend as well. Okay, so this next one is definitely a little out there. I got this from Vogue as well, and it's kind of the hardcore trend. So they actually referred to it as fashion fetishism. So kind of like dominatrix vibes. All right, so I pulled out my kind of like vinyl leggings. I feel like that's perfect for this trend. It's definitely got like this super, almost like extra vibe to it. I really like these. I think that they're fun and flattering and actually pretty wearable. So I thought that was perfect for this. And then I also paired this with a little kind of like patent leather corset belt. So for my take on this trend, I think that it's really easy to throw on like the corset style tops over this, or the harnesses, anything like that, that kind of like lends to that certain style. And I feel like it's actually really fun and it can be wearable if you just don't go like too over the top. I decided to pair it with kind of like a flowier, more feminine, almost romantic blouse, just to kind of, you know, tone it down a little bit and make it more wearable and like suit my style. I also really like mixing kind of like a little more feminine and soft with something a little more masculine and hard. So I think that that worked out perfectly. And a pop of white boot on the bottom to kind of just like tie the top in. And then for a layer, because it's obviously like a pretty airy outfit, I threw on a faux leather trench or just like jacket on top of that, and good to go. And also this was spotted on the runways with Gucci and Saint Laurent, so I'll leave some examples here as well. Okay, so the next trend is the cape trend, and I've been seeing this for a couple of months and I've been wanting to try it. It doesn't like suit my personal style super well, so I'm feeling a little bit challenged to style it and feel comfortable and confident in it. But in these videos especially, I like to kind of push the boundaries and see, you know, what is trending and how I could make it my own and just push my comfort zone a little bit. So I picked up this one. It's kind of like a poncho style, which I remember when I was growing up, there was an era when I was like 12 or 13 that I thought ponchos were so cool, and like picturing a 12-year-old wearing a poncho now is very strange to me. I can't even really picture it. But anyways, so this is kind of just like a knit poncho style. It's got a nice turtleneck and it just feels really cozy and homey. Also feels a bit like eccentric and bohemian to me, so I'm kind of taking that take when styling this. So I actually paired it with faux leather leggings. I like the textures together and kind of just keeps it nice and slim on the bottom and much more flowy on top. And then to go off of that, I actually wanted to pair it with this hat, kind of just give it like that like Western bohemian style a bit. And it's not something that I would normally wear at this stage of my personal style, but I do find it pretty fun, and I just like pushing the comfort zone there. It's really comfy, and I think that it's very fitting for holidays and everything. So if this does kind of suit your personal style, I think you can definitely play this up, and just, it's kind of like you're wearing a blanket, so that's pretty cool. All right, this next one is fun. I feel like this suits my personal style so well, and I've already been kind of dressing this way without even thinking about it, but it's basically the 90s matrix style. So that means, you know, like the really small glasses, just kind of futuristic and edgy and a little bit like street style, kind of mysterious. So for my take on this outfit, I feel it's pretty classic to just go with all black for this. So I have this little black sweater dress. This is perfect for the winter. It's like the LBD of winter. And then I have these glasses that are kind of like a take on the vintage Chanel glasses that are very TLC Destiny's Child. So kind of just wearing those like all the way up. So I feel like that's the matrix thing. Like you don't wear the glasses low, you push them up, and it looks kind of funny, but you have to just embrace it and rock it. And then with that, I have this leather blazer that I thrifted, and it's a men's, like, I don't know what size, this is very large, so kind of just like an oversized boxy masculine leather blazer to go on top of that, and then I paired it with black boots, just keeping it all very seamless and chic and edgy and futuristic. So I think that this is so fun. A lot of celebrities actually wear this style quite often, so I will put some pictures up here for you guys, a lot of supermodels and stuff, so I actually had fun with that, and I think if you're just willing to rock it, you can make it wearable. All right, next we're gonna do something fun and definitely out of my personal style comfort zone, and that is color blocking. So I read about this again on Vogue. I thought that it was really fun, especially for winter, because I feel like these winter months can be really drab and they can be hard to make fashion fun. So seeing that color blocking was in, I thought this is the perfect way to add a little bit of life and spice and flavor to the winter trends video. So, okay, so for starters, I have this pink puffer. This is the cutest, softest little hot pink puffer, which is perfect for winter color blocking, obviously. And then I thought that I don't wear bright colors a ton, so like I said, this is out of my comfort zone, but I thought that red and pink would actually be really fun together for this color blocking experiment. So I have this knit jumpsuit from, or this knit sweatsuit from Guess, and it's just a really bright, true red. I thought it was perfect with the hot pink. And then I wanted to add one more pop of color just for the sake of color blocking. So I added in some blue as well with this like really bright blue beanie. So all these colors are super rich in color, which I love. And then to kind of tie in the blue, I paired it with a pair of my Jordans, the obsidian ones that have the blue colorway in them. So I thought that was a really fun outfit and just something like different for me and a good way to like brighten up your winter wardrobe. Next, we're gonna talk about 70s style. So that was also a part of my fall trends video. So a lot of these things kind of carry over, especially in the runways and stuff. They do fall, winter, and spring, summer. The 70s style, I actually ordered something that was so cute. It was so 70s, but it didn't come in time. So I have another outfit to share with you guys, and kind of just going with those like nice warm 70s tones. I have these plaid pants that are, they have like some nice golden tones to them, which I feel like is perfect for the 70s vibe. And then I paired it with like a golden cropped turtleneck and a nice brown faux leather trench. So I associate with the 70s these really nice kind of muted warm tones. So that's pretty much the inspo for going with this. And then of course there's lots of prints in the 70s, paisley, stripes, anything like that. I think that this fine print plaid is really good as well. And then I just paired this with some little brown booties and a handbag and just keeping it very kind of just like chic and simple, definitely very wearable. And the 70s could be really bold and out there, or you can kind of tone it down like this. Next, we're gonna talk about puffers. Obviously, puffers are super practical for winter month, and they're also very in fashionably right now. So you guys have probably seen the chocolate puffers everywhere, the brown, North Face, all of those are so in. So I recently picked up this chocolate puffer from ASOS. I paired it with a chocolate kind of like matching sweat set that I have and just kept everything looking like a chocolate bar. So nice and aesthetically pleasing. I feel like this brown color is so in this year, and it's actually really fun to style. I feel like brown before could be like, I don't really want to wear brown. That's kind of like drab color or something, but it is so freaking in and really fun to style. So puffers in general, you could do like the more athletic puffer. You could do something really street style and kind of like out there. It could have like a shiny texture to it, or be really bright and bold like the pink one, or the North Face, something more classic like that. There's so many takes on the puffer, but it is generally just very in and very practical for winter. So I'm loving that, and I think that everybody could probably get behind that trend. Next, we're gonna talk about faux shearling trim. So kind of the aviator style of jackets has been so big this fall and winter, and I love this because I think that it's so cute and it's also super comfy. So this is one that I have from H&M. It's an oversized faux leather faux shearling jacket, and what I really like about this trend is the details are so good and they make something pretty simple and basic really stand out. So just this little touch of texture next to each other does so much. And then of course I love when it's kind of like that aviator style and has all the hardware everywhere. I feel like that just adds one more texture, and it has a ton of detail, and it just looks so nice and luxurious, and it looks very expensive even when it's not necessarily. So I've been wearing a ton of this kind of like faux shearling trimmed trend on Instagram. I'll put some pictures for you guys of some of the things that I've styled styled this season so far like this, but it's just a really easy wearable trend as well. It's definitely not too bold or out there. You can wear it with sweats, jeans, dresses, pretty much everything. And then cutouts in sweaters. So I read about this actually on the Net-a-Porter. I don't know if it's Net-a-Porter or Net-a-Porter. Net-a-Porter trends report for winter, and obviously this can be interpreted so many different ways. So I have this little sweater here. It's kind of like a turtleneck with the open shoulder. Really cute and chic. I feel like this is really nice to kind of dress up a sweater and make it, you know, just fun. I'm also like a generally very like internally warm person, so I love this because it's like one arm is out and it's getting a breeze, and that's amazing. But even like the sweater I'm wearing today could kind of be taken as the cutout in sweater trend. There's a bunch of dresses with nice sweater cutouts, open backs. There's so many different variations, but I think that it's a really nice twist on something super classic for winter, like a sweater. So I just decided to style this with slacks, kind of make it a little more dressed up, because I actually think that the cutout makes it really dressy, and obviously it would be super easy to just layer whatever over you needed to when you're not inside, but it's a nice indoor outfit. For the winter. Okay, and then the last trend that I'm going to talk about is actually quilting, and I don't have anything for this. I ordered something, but it didn't come in time, so I'm just going to put some examples on the screen for you guys. But basically the idea of all these different coats and sweaters and jackets that are, and even pants. I've seen some cool like sweatpants that have the quilted material on them. I think there's like a Free People jacket that has been circulating the internet quite a lot that is this kind of quilting idea, and I love this because it's a really nice texture. It looks super fluffy and almost cloud-like, which is really good for the winter. Like we all just want to be floating around in like cozy little cloud, and it's just super cute, really casual and wearable as well. Really good for layering, like crew necks or hoodies, turtlenecks, anything like that. So if I had something quilted, I would probably just style it with leggings or jeans and a crew neck, turtleneck, maybe all those layers, a beanie, something just really casual like that. So I'll leave some examples for that one, and that's it for 2020/2021 winter trends. So like I said, these will kind of take us through around like March or so, and then I'll start looking into the spring trends for that year and dive into that. So if you guys like this video, subscribe so you can catch all of my upcoming fashion content and all the other fun things that I post on my channel as well. And thank you as always for watching, and I'll see you next time.